Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Locum23. You're joining me for Fallout Shelter on the PC. Snake Water. I sped this up, so that's why I'm not able to read the quest box. It automatically jumps you into it. So, shut down the water lizard's operation. I should have read it and started it and then sped it up. Cost me 10 Nuka-Cola, but I was like, you know what? Before I forget what I promised in this video, I'm going to just go ahead and do it. I'm just going to get it started. So let's begin. So in my previous video, I was talking about broken wrist. It was my right wrist. So, let's go ahead and tell the story of that, shall we? I was 17 years old. I had moved in with my mom versus my grandparents, who I'd lived with my entire life. So, how can I put this without giving all the details? Because I don't really like talking about myself. Like cough here. Oh, sorry. Long story short, she was with an abusive man. They were, however, together for 14 years, I believe. So, when you're in an abusive relationship, you get to the point. I mean, my mom's life hasn't been all easy peasy, beautiful cover girl. She's had her own really screwed up stuff. Can't say the F word. YouTube will be like, you can drop an F-bomb. So I guess abuse, from my understanding, from a psychological standpoint, it comes to the point where you accept it. Well, I had moved in and there was always a lot of yelling, there was always a lot of shit, but there was, things would get physical. But it was so rare. But it was still wrong. It should never happen. Well, there was a time where I was coming in from work, and it was on my 18th birthday, actually, to be precise. Or no. Hold on, it was before it. It was actually before my birthday. There was two major events, but the one that really stands out where I broke my wrist was a couple months before my 18th birthday. And I came home from work, and the first thing I saw around the corner was my mother get smacked right across the face. So even though me and my mother were not quite mother and son, we're kind of estranged since my grandparents raised me, still was wrong. And through all the shit I dealt with my grandparents in those kinds of situations on a constant, I want to say 14 to 15 year basis, almost 16 actually, I wasted maybe 2 seconds before I was on top of him. And he was a big guy. He weighed about 350, maybe 400 pounds. He was about 6'1", a couple inches taller than me. And I was beating the shit out of him. I made him into a rag doll. I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, here we go. You have found me, the mighty wizard of water, the deacon of drink, the titan of thirst. Think you can best me on combat? I think not. My pure, refreshing water will shield me. But it doesn't need to come to that. Spare yourself my wrath, and we can split the profits. What say ye, knaves? Settle down, Wiz. We don't want to fight. We just want our cut. Took advantage of many people. You're going down, wizard. Fine then. If not the water of life, then the blood of death. Have at thee! He pulls out a hydrant. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bethesda. I needed that. So, what a great mid-break from our story. Okay, so did you give me the crit? Okay. So I walked in, and, long story short, I turned him into a rag doll. I threw him through a door. Like, the door was just paper. I threw him over a couch. I just knocked the shit out of this man. It was to the point where, had my mother not intervened, I probably would have killed him. His face was reddish, as red as a tomato. Probably from exhaustion, but also figuring I was beating his ass. I don't like talking about this, but when you're talking about domestic violence and talking about things like this, a man like that deserves it, okay? Let's put it that way. I'm not a violent person, but when you're hurting other people, you need your ass beat. Well, long story short, the police were called, and my mother tells the story. They take him outside. He tells his side. Well, since I had defended my mother, and it was, a mutual story where my parts aligned, I was, they have the, where you're defending someone, where you're, doing something to where they won't arrest you because you did it. At least here. There's other states who have different laws, different scenarios. They'll just arrest everybody in some states. So the cops came back in. They said, you're cool, but the thing is he said she hit him and was hitting him before you came in, and thus you, you got involved. Well, we're not going to arrest you. We're going to arrest both him and her because you're saying he hit her. He's saying she hit him. Well, long story short, my wrist got broken. And so the oh god, sergeant came out, and he was looking at me, and he says, "Son, is your arm okay?" And at this moment, because everything, I was kind of, after doing something like that, I bet the only thing I can best describe it as is being both physically numb and drained and kind of mentally as well, because you kind of just snap. And basically I had broken my wrist, and they, he looked at me and he's like, "We're gonna need you to go to the ER because your arm, my arm was like 3 times swollen than a normal size." He's like, "We don't know if your arm's broken, we don't know if your wrist is broken, one of my units take you out to the hospital, get you x-rayed and everything to make sure your arm's okay." So they took him as well. They kind of needed to. Well, long story short, the sergeant, because of the just cluster of the situation, didn't charge anybody with anything. Because of everyone's stories and everything, like, everyone took their fair lickings, let's put it this way, except for my mom, but yeah, she got hit. Which, if it was up to me, oh, okay, he has no health, and you're sending me into this where we might fight something deadly. Oh, this is gonna be fair. Please just be a raider or something. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, rad roaches I can handle. Pretty much when you're casted, I had broke it clean. And when you're casted for about 4 months, which I didn't stay casted the whole time. I took the cast off. I could only take it so goddamn much. I took my own cast off. I'd say about a month or so premature. And as long as I took it into consideration, I said, okay, as long as my thing is fine, and as long as I don't lift anything or do anything or beat the shit out of him again, my wrist will be just fine. And it's fine. I can still draw, I can still write, but I just, after going that long, and at the time I was really into drawing, and then I got really busy with a lot of other things, I just kind of put drawing down. Drawing was a huge thing up until then. It was like, I just put it down. I used to draw, I actually won a couple art contests from drawing. I had drawn things like Goku, Vegeta, things like that. But, yeah, if you're a guy, don't hit a woman. I don't care. I mean, unless she is, like, going to wreck your shit. Okay? Like, if she's hitting you, there was a video of a guy who was sitting there, and his ex, or his, I don't know their current relationship, but she was a big, strong lady. I mean, she had some muscle that most guys wish they could have. So she was standing there, and he was in pretty good shape too. And he was sitting in the chair. You might have seen it on Facebook. It went pretty viral. And he was sitting in the chair, and you could tell she was upset. But she resorted to hitting him and punching him and punching him and punching him. And then she pulled out both fists, and then she kept. And I'm like, damn, dude! And he just stayed in the chair the whole time. That is where, dude, I don't know about you, but if a woman like that keeps hitting me in the face and shit, I mean, she's gonna at least get me to use martial arts on her ass to where I'm going to restrain her, pin her, do something. I'm not going to keep taking a bunch of hits. I'm not going to get up and just knock the shit out of her, but I'm not going to keep letting that happen. And there's just some guys, I don't know, because he was recording it on his phone, I think he didn't want to do that, where typically they might have done like he would have fought back or something. I don't know. But, you should never hit a woman unless it's under those dire circumstances or you're defending your life, you know, like she's got a knife. Then yes, if she's trying to kill your ass, then yes, you have all rights to knock the shit out of that woman unless you instigated it, which then maybe you need to. I don't know. But yeah, that's how I feel. But I'm not a fan. Like I said, I grew up in a shit situation where domestic violence was a common occurring theme. And, since I was like a little kid, I would try and stop my grandma from being hit. And that is a story for another time. But no, seriously. It's just wrong. It's just, no one should be hitting anyone, period. And it's just something that I really believe in. Hell, I had even met a girlfriend, which was an ex, or now an ex, but, outside a video store. And she was getting smacked around by her boyfriend at the time. And I think I will tell that story in another video. Wow, we're getting some shit, getting some dirt on him. Oh boy, he's really talking about himself, you know. Boy. But people wanted to know about me, wanted to know my story, and why not? So, until next video, which will be, we're completely done with the Wizard of Water, which I'm a little sad about. I'm a little sad. I guess we'll be doing the rare mission, and then we've also got to finish up the Sixth Sense dailies, which I don't do anymore for video purposes. Once you do them once, it's like, oh, I really want to see him rescue some more sellers, or Game Show Gauntlet, which we did all the questions. I think maybe a couple rare ones that I was like unprepared for. It was like the third question. I was like, oh no, people have never seen this. Oh my god. Then I'm like, shit. But yeah. I'm running out of content, Bethesda. Come on. We need a summertime quest line. You can do it. Come on. That, and I'm using all my Nuka-Cola for this stuff to speed it up. Otherwise, we would still be having some content left. So, oh my god, it's Bottle and Cappy again. Go away. Go away. Alright, well, like I said, enjoy the video. Until next time, remember, stay awesome, stay well, don't hit anyone, damn it. And be nice to everybody. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.